What is up? Today, I will be going over the new update coming to Glade. We are getting some major updates to the terrain tool, chimneys, roofing, tower rotation, and image resolution. But first, before we get into that, I wanted to point something out that was said in the update notes. If you read this here, you see, whispering faint secrets of our stair tool prototypes. You like how this was just snuck in here? We know nothing about this or what they're planning, but it's nice to know that they're in the process of creating a stair tool. Okay, so enough on that. I could talk about stairs all day. Let's get into the confirmed updates coming to Glade. If you wanted to test out these features for yourself before they go live, you can download the beta version of this game. Alright, so let's take a look. This is the old terrain height, as well as the lowest height that the roof will drop down. As you can see, we can't remove this wall thickness here. Or you could say this is the lowest height that the roof will get to the supports, right? It's like you will always see that thick chunk of wall here. We can't get rid of that. With the new update, as you can see here, when we pull down the roof to its lowest height setting, the wall disappears completely. It basically will butt up against the supports. It's really going to improve gazebos, wells, ruin type builds. I can't wait to see what the community does with this new roof option. Now, this is me just being picky, but I'd like to see this triangle removed one day, and instead of a wall, we just have supports. Next, let's take a look at the terrain. Here's the new height for the terrain. The first thing I will probably do when this update goes live is make a cabin up in the snowy mountains. The new terrain height is going to really open up the scale of our builds, making things much more dramatic. In addition to the new height, we also have a new tool. We can now grab each individual piece of terrain and move them around, giving even more customization to mountains. When you click onto your hill, you will now see an up arrow and a circle with the 4 arrow move icon in the center. The up arrow, straightforward, lets us raise and lower. The circle lets us grow and shrink our mountain, and the move arrow lets us adjust the placement of our terrain. I really love this. It's going to help us customize even more. Towers are now going to be rotatable. Such a small feature, but it's super useful. Very excited about this as well. Chimneys now have toggleable smoke. To access the smoke toggle, you grab the paint tool and click on the chimney. You'll see to the left a new chimney icon has been added. If smoke is showing in the icon, it means smoke is on, and if there's no smoke in the chimney, it means smoke is off. Lastly, let's go over the new resolution setting. I'm going to read this straight from the patch notes. Alright, so Glade Super Resolution, or TGSR. We've been hearing here and there that Glade can turn graphics card into leaf blowers. The main reason is that we render the image at full resolution, whereas most graphically intensive games these days use upscaling via DLSS, FSR, or XESS. Those let games render at a reduced resolution, which is cheaper, and then synthesize full-res images by correlating information across frames. We've now added TGSR, our own technique sporting competitive image quality and performance. It is now enabled by default, replacing our temporal anti-aliasing TAA, which is still available. Compared to TAA, TGSR quality can result in 50% less GPU power use overall, while maintaining good image quality. You'll find the options in a new menu under Settings, Video, and Image. I'm going to cut how much I messed that up, but just know that that was a tongue twister. And I think that is it, besides like other small updates. Ooh, one I really like in the other updates. In the settings, they're going to add an option to hide the Glade border. It will still appear when you're trying to build outside of it, but the Glade border can be hidden and is now a dashed line instead of a solid one. Alright, that is it. Here's the last bit of other notes. If you wanted to see those, you could pause on the screen. Alrighty, and I think I covered everything on the patch. To reiterate, these updates are currently in beta. When they officially go live, I will note that date in the description. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.